Hey,
Jarvis, then we've got you on.
awesome.
I'm so glad to get you because I couldn't get the video call to work
Oh yeah,
on a
no worries.
I tried two browsers. I tried both browsers that I have, and the video call was not going through on both of them. That never happens. Um, I don't know if that's is that you on your end?
How's
Um,
it? Oh yeah.
oh,
I don't know.
dude, that's dope, man. I don't know how you're doing that. What's it called? Okay, so I want to discuss the video.
Yeah.
So I so we're filming this. This is not live. It's not live streamed, but it is live in the sense that we're gonna use this recording. Um,
Okay.
and so um, just okay. So like I don't know where to start with this. I had let me show you the post that I put to OmniScience. He helped me get out a lot of useful information about the project, and we could start from there.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
give you a little bit of memory into the project because I can expand if you have any questions for me, I can expand on it because I don't know if you know what we were doing on our end. Because I think you were doing the 3D work and the introduction, right?
Yeah, I think so. We worked on so many projects that I can't remember if I edited or anything, but
Yeah.
it looked like mostly your style when I watched the video, and yours and Insane's. So
It's been over 10 years. It's actually been 10 years. It's gonna be 10
crazy.
years in May that the
Wow.
video put out. Yeah, or in March, one of those two.
Mhm.
Um, so I actually I did a live video before this. Not a live video, but a reaction video. Well, not like a video where I explained the making of it from my perspective that I remember.
Uh-huh.
And it was how do you say uh I think I did a pretty good job explaining my part. It's just like,
Mhm.
it's obviously not like a professional recording, like
Right.
it's like, it's just I'm just speaking from the heart, and
Mhm.
so I'm going to my channel right now, my YouTube channel and my old YouTube channel.
Okay. Yeah.
Um and actually we just I the the prestigious films logo that I made in After Effects playing right now. I love. By the way, you remember that logo you did? The PF logo with the
Oh yeah.
with the what's it called?
Like those
Like
spheres or whatever.
yeah, like the virus looking effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, dude, oh my god, man, that is
Yeah, that thing took so long, but it was like
it was
so worth it.
so dope, dude. It was so dope. Um, like I love that intro you did, and I I have it on my channel. I think people think I did it, but I know you did. You did that, and I don't know if I credited you in there because I'm like, dude, I'm like so jealous of Zanster for like he's so dope. Like, look at this. Like, look what he made, man. So okay,
Yeah,
so here's
I think a little team where we were also like close at one point. I don't think it really mattered. But like who did what, we all just kind of helped each
thank you
other.
so much for that, man, for those kind of
Yeah.
words. But yeah, I felt I felt like outdone like crazy by that. I was like, man, like, because that logo I had with the the blue logo that comes together and stuff like that. It was a tech,
Mhm.
it was technical, but it was not very
It
nice.
worked. I
Um,
mean, it served its purpose though for like what it was. We just needed to look something to kind
yeah,
of like launch the brand, or whatever.
yeah. I tried really hard on that. By the way, I did it all in After Effects. It took me a long time to get it right because I had I had to like blend perfectly, and I
Yep.
tried really hard on that, but it wasn't it it wasn't as good as yours. And as Optimus. Remember, Optimus had the top hat in 3D. Did you do that?
Oh,
Did you do that?
I can't remember. Oh, I might. There was something I didn't do. But yeah, I remember like somebody. We had somebody else who was into 3D as well, like a little bit later on.
Who was that?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think like my role was kind of supposed to be like my strengths were the intro stuff, like the 3D and After Effects, like kind of that more heavy advanced.
Yeah, all the technical stuff you will learn, all the real heavy technical stuff. So
Yeah.
if we recall in the Status Quo montage, you did the introduction,
Mhm.
and you did the 3D for the introduction. You did all the text, the animation, the compositing of all that, and we were under immense pressure for one,
Yep.
like immense pressure, and not just from the players, because it was working for a pro team that we had no clue who they were. We had never. I don't know about you. I never met any of the Status Quo guys. I never knew who they were before before we did the project.
Yeah.
I knew of them because I followed MLG, but
Right.
I didn't know them. I didn't have any contact with them. And
Yeah, same here.
yeah. Sorry. But let me know if I'm talking too much because I talk a lot, dude. Because I think a lot of people want to know your side of it more than mine, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I can. So I know, like, I can tell you what I remember, and it's not much, but I remember like me and you, I think, had just started our like freshman year in college, and it was like kind of around. I want to say it was around finals or midterms or something. So like we had a lot of tests and stuff, and I think I remember like you would come to me saying you'd like finished most of it, and you just needed like the intro. And I had been like telling you like, yeah, I'll get to it for probably like, I don't know, a month. And it came down to it where it was like, all right, you got to give me the intro in 2 days or something like that for the trailer.
Oh my God, dude. You did the intro in 2 days?
Well, I did. And I was at college, so all I had was my little laptop. And so like I really couldn't do anything too complicated. Like it just had to be a simple After Effects project.
You did the 3D in After Effects? How did you do that?
Oh, no. So I just had some like renders of Spartans, and I would like Photoshop like kind of the Status Quo colors onto it, I think.
No, because you actually, those Spartans are 3D, man. If you watch the video.
Okay, maybe I did.
You did.
Maybe I did figure out how to use it.
There's 3D Spartans in there.
Okay.
I don't know if you did that in After Effects. If you did that in After Effects right there, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, no, that was before After Effects like 3D integration stuff had even been around, I think.
Yeah.
That's
you had to do the motion tracking. You had to do the motion tracking. You couldn't do 3D motion tracking in After Effects back then.
Right. Yeah. I think if you did want to do it, you'd have to do it by hand, and so like you'd have to go frame by frame and try to find a point on the video that you're like putting the text on or whatever it is,
right,
and animate. Just spend hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I remember like I made I think I like within a couple of days, like I just by sheer luck had a good idea of what I wanted to do for that trailer, and got it done in like a couple of days. And I think it was late at night, and like sent it over to you, and then like the trailer was posted, and I remember they were giving away like free hockey game tickets for the college, so like all the guys on my floor wanted to go to that, so we went to that, and I want to say like we went to there at like 6 a.m, and then like this guy, like I didn't know he was into Halo, but he was like, hey, we started talking about video games. He's like, hey, the SQ montage came out, or trailer came out, and I was like, oh yeah, what'd you think of it? Like I didn't tell him that I edited it.
Oh my God. Wait, what did he say though?
He was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm excited for the full thing, blah blah blah. And then he was like, oh, there was like a typo. And And I was like, oh shit, what was there?
Remember you did that, actually, what's it called? Remember I had told you, I did a reaction video on it, and I noticed there's another typo in that. So you must have done that really fast.
Yeah, like I was looking at it, and I watched it today, and I was reading, and I was like, oh, it looks like I had caps lock on for one of the sentences there, because it was like the first letter is low, and then the rest is capital and stuff, and
Yeah, I think I
don't know
for that too. I rushed you for that credit steed.
It wasn't something that we were too focused on at that point. I think we just wanted to get something out,
Well, yeah. Well,
we didn't really have like a date to sit on it and look at it.
Yeah. Once we decided to do the project, we went we went ham on that trailer, because that's one of the best trailers of all time. Minus, it's got the imperfection of the typos, but besides that, I mean, it's pretty flawless. I mean, it's not like super technical or whatever, but it's a beautiful trailer, and I think we did a fantastic job on that trailer.
Yeah. I know back when we were editing, we'd always get kind of focused on trying to make it as like cutting edge as possible. But there's also something to be said about just like presenting the gameplay in a pleasing and non-distracting way. And I think we did a good job of that on that one.
Oh no! Well, on the trailer I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, we it was hard for people to see the I think that might have been where we kind of. I think that was my bad right there. I dropped the ball then, because I wanted to make it look cool so that people would be like hyped for it, but I didn't know that people really wanted to see the names on the videos. But I actually the Status Quo guys, they loved it. So we've never discussed this before, actually. The Tots' mom gave me a phone call. I don't know how she got my number. Gave me a phone call and left a voicemail saying, "Hey, I really loved the trailer. We loved it. Thank you so much for doing it," and all this stuff. And we want to have you come over to the house. And that was a honestly, like it was I failed so bad at that part, because I went over there and I was just like starstruck. I met, yeah, I mean, it's awful, dude, because these are all guys that I had been watching on MLG live stream. I used to pay money, to stream the MLG games and to watch, FB Ogre, the final boss, Straight Rippin', all these deals. I'm trying to. I can drop all these names right now. Like, dude,
Walshy.
Walshy. I love Walshy.
Strong Side and all them.
Walshy's my favorite. Strong Side too. I love Strong Side. Remember Gandhi? Super fun. Yeah, of course. Bucket and everything. All these guys. In the scene, I think it was Lorenzo, the creators of MLG, props to them for making that platform and coming out with that.
Yeah, it was an amazing thing to watch grow, for sure. Like,
yeah,
who would have thought it would get like that, like as big as it is?
How big is it now? Because I haven't been keeping up with it.
Honestly, I don't, for Halo. I don't think it's as big as it was, but like when Halo 5 came out, I think they still had some events. But I don't think Halo 5 has been competitive for a few years.
Is MLG down? Because I just looked up and it's.
I don't honestly know. Like it might have gone on to something else now. I'm not sure though.
Probably something else, huh?
But for a while it was huge. Like I think they even expanded to like COD and League of Legends and stuff like that. But I kind of stopped following it after, I don't know, probably my like third year of college. It just kind of got into other things and wasn't as interested in it. But now that I'm kind of out of college and working again, and lots of pandemic stuff, I started playing some Halo 5 again. That's been really fun.
Is out?
What's that?
Halo 5? I mean, I thought Halo Infinite was out.
Infinite got delayed. But Yeah, I mean, 5 is an old game now. There's not really many people that play it, but like one of the guys I used to play with back in high school and stuff, he still plays, so we play together, and it's just kind of nice, like nostalgia, you know. Makes you forget about the stuff that's going on in the world.
Now, just some trivia for you. Which Halo franchise got you into the game?
So I think it was mostly Halo 2.
Yeah, sitting here, bro.
I did play Halo 1, but it was mostly like I played Halo 1. I was a young kid. Yeah, like I was pretty young. I think I was maybe 12 or something.
Wow, dude.
And like played the campaign with my dad.
Bro,
as we didn't have online. But yeah, and I remember like I was young, and still it was kind of like I might have been, I don't know if I was like 10 or 12 or what, but it was still kind of like I could only play it in the daytime, and like some parts was kind of scare me, so I didn't really get into it until Halo 2. And like Halo 2 had the online thing, and I went over to my friend's house and he had it. He had Xbox Live, and I was like, "Whoa, you can like talk to people and play that!" Like I thought it was so cool. So I asked for that for my birthday, and yeah, I don't know, I got really into it. Basically from when I was about 14 through high school.
Yeah, for me, I don't think I ever got to play Halo 1, so like I'm a little bit jealous of you for getting to play Halo 1, because I've always wanted to play, and I mean it has my favorite weapon in there, the pistol. And so you go around pistoling people from across the map. It's absolutely sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So like I started with Halo 2, and yeah. I know we're gonna do a whole history lesson here of ourselves, but we were talking about the montage, right? So I'm looking at MLG's website right now, and dude, I mean, this has really stepped up, man, since when it was around. It's a beautiful website.
Yeah, it's really like a professional thing now.
Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I know like when we started watching, probably like the first few events that we were into was basically just them probably like renting a hotel conference room, something like that. Like nothing really, like nothing super crazy.
Yeah.
But now they have like professional camera work and graphics and all that stuff.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. And I know, some of the editors, I'll say this, some of the editors that, kept on with it and kept editing for Halo, I think they were given, because we never had the rights to go and reproduce back when we were editing back and reproduce the commentary and all that stuff. We didn't have the rights to that, and nobody felt confident. Well, at least I didn't. At least I don't know about anybody else. Taking that footage and actually using it for
right. Yeah,
or video.
Everyone just assumed like you would have to pay for something like that.
Right, because
whereas like nowadays I realize we were probably just an email away from getting allowed to use it. But
that's so true, bro. Because oh my god, bro. Because
like they're a growing business. Of course, they would have wanted that free advertising.
I had no idea that. I thought they were. When I was looking, I'm like Major League Gaming. Oh my god, like these guys are pros. I don't know what you're in Minnesota, so
yeah, I think we're the same time zone. If you're still in Chicago,
we're in the Midwest here. So it's 12:17 p.m. and it's the first of January 24th, 2021. So okay, I suppose. Sorry about that, man.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I guess in terms of like the project though, I'm trying to remember like how did we get asked to even do that?
Oh, so I remember exactly how it went. So actually let me read to you the comment, and this is gonna help you. So here we go. This was written to Omniscience. So shout out to him for helping me get this out. So this is what I wrote. I want to apologize if it might be offensive to anybody, because I just I wrote this. This is how I felt, and this is what I wrote. And this was a day ago. Status Quo montage was awful. A million apologies times 12 for releasing that mess. That is what happens when you take a project you know you should not. So if I never wanted to do this project. That's the truth. And it wasn't like because I think I'm like, hot shit. I'm really not that great of an editor, man. I know like 2 softwares or whatever, 3 softwares. So, I used a bunch of tutorials and stuff. I mean,
Right.
I'm like fluent in these softwares now, but so, just being humble there and not, so so I don't know if does that make you remember anything?
I mean, I think at that point I think everybody we wanted to be that. We wanted to be that hot shit though. Like we really wanted to be the guys who had the skills to like make a video like that. So I think like
that's true.
I think that was kind of like like we had at that point we had made some pretty decent videos. So like you wouldn't. It's not something you would say no to. It's like of course I want to try. I want to be the next Zola or I want to be the next
right.
Whoever was popular at that time.
Zola, Phurion.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. So I think it's like we wanted to be that so much that we took on the project thinking like by taking this on, like I'm gonna go extra hard on it. It's gonna be extra good. But we didn't really, since we didn't have experience, we didn't know what we're getting into.
Well, I knew what we were getting into because I didn't want to take that project, bro. Because I'm like, dude, like, I didn't know like that, like, but I was like, this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, And, so I'll remind you, it was Insane who had bid on the project and who said, we'll do the project. And, he was the one that got the project for us. But
Okay.
Then when he talked to me, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, they just said that we can have the Status Quo montage." And I'm like, "Damn it, man." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude, we're not ready for such a, cuz like and props to Insane because this is what I said. The only thing good about that video is Insane's part. Insane should have done that project himself. He would have murdered it, and that's true.
Yeah.
If Insane did that project and you did the intro and the credits, I mean, Insane would have absolutely murdered that whole project because.
Well,
go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, you were good. Give yourself a little credit too, because you were a pretty good editor. I thought at that time. You might not think it yourself, but I mean, I did, and I know a lot of people did. So
it was. Dude, the thing is, like, I did such a poor job in that video, editing the body, because, well, it could have been better, man. It could have been a lot.
We both, I know that, like, me and you both we watched those videos to watch the editing. We didn't really watch the gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I think we didn't really understand that was going to be the difference between
that was
the froze montage versus just editing some clips and making them look cool,
Yeah.
So like people wanted to see the kills, they wanted to see the names, they wanted to see every single shot in every battle,
Right.
And we didn't know that, so we're like, well, I want to see it sync to the music. That's like what we're thinking. Right. So like, I'm gonna cut out these first 3 shots. Like he hit all those. So I don't need to show those.
The thing that the way I learned the syncing, by the way, and the flow and everything, I actually read like a manual by Kindred. So name drop Kindred there because he helped me immensely with the whole editing and learning it. Yeah. So that's where I learned it. Kindred's manual.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really remember how I learned. Just the basic editing, like Sony Vegas and stuff. I remember, was it Andrew Kramer?
Andrew Kramer, yeah.
Yeah. And then there was so like for the 3D stuff, there's just this like weird obscure forum. I don't even know these people. Like I never met them or anything, but it like have really long posts about how to like extract the 3D models and how to texture and all this stuff. So like, I have no idea. Yeah, it was like a very like didn't have a lot of traffic.
I'm about to crap my pants at you explaining this stuff, dude.
But like, yeah, like I don't know why these people were so like, I don't know why they felt the need to put that information out there, but thank God they did, because yeah, I would have never gotten started with 3D stuff because of that.
Dude, the 3D work you did, especially in Flatline, oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of these, like, it's hard for me to remember. There's been times where I want to show people, like, nowadays, like, hey, this is what I used to do in high school, you know? Just because I'm proud of it. I think it's impressive, like, that a kid that age would do something like that, I guess, because it's not really a normal high schooler activity, you know what I mean?
Right.
Most kids are trying to play sports and chase girls or whatever. But yeah, we were playing video games and trying to figure out how to make 3D models. Like, I don't know. I think it's cool.
All right, are you there, bro?
Huh? Yep.
Jesus Christ, dude, that what you just told me just had me go to an emergency restroom stop. What's it called? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? On the work that went into the 3D Spartan, all that stuff that you had to animate and do?
Yeah, so I know that it kind of started with like Halo 2. I saw Walshy's montage where they had that 3D scene in the intro, and that just blew my mind.
Montage.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta learn how to do that. I saw it. I remember I came home after school, watched it, and I was like, wow, like I have to know how that was done. So I started like kind of searching around. I tried to like look up who this guy, I think his name was like VG or something, or Veggie. I'm not sure. But
oh yeah, I remember Veggie.
Yeah, so like he was which it was kind of strange because like we kind of had this little like editor community on like the Halo 3 forum or whatever it was. But like, yeah, I didn't see like any of those guys on there that were on this other forum. And they were more interested in like, I think they were more interested in like just game design or something. I'm not sure. But
like I was never a big fan of the secretive the whole secrets that were kept.
Yeah.
So I always revealed everything.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, with these guys, it wasn't even like it was secret. It was like they just like were very introverted. Like they just didn't really talk to anyone. And
is that what it was?
Yeah, like they were just very like VG, and then there was a guy named like Jean-Luc or something. But yeah, like they were just like very nerdy, very introverted. And they would share stuff on this other forum. They do like very long posts, like you got to mod your Xbox, and you got to get these files, and you got to import them on your computer, and then you got to like
all that.
I didn't do that because luckily for me, someone had already like posted the extraction from the game. So like I just downloaded that and then did everything from there.
You have to learn to put in the bones, learn how to animate in the program, which back then there was barely any barely any tutorials for that. It was so hard to find.
Yeah, and if there were tutorials, they were like text. There wasn't a video, you know.
Oh wow.
So like I tried doing that myself, and I think I just like failed miserably, and then I just kind of kept searching around on there, and somebody posted like just like it was already, it's like, here's the model, it's rigged, it's ready to go, it just like doesn't have the textures or whatever. So that was the one part I did have to learn, was how to use the like texture maps and the bump maps.
Oh my god, yeah, that's super complicated stuff.
And I like kind of grasped it enough to get something that looked decent. Like it didn't look as good as what these guys on the forum were able to make. Like they would make their own custom texture maps and stuff.
A time mark, right? A time mark.
Oh yeah. He was he got really good at it in like the Halo 3 days.
Yeah, he perfected that Spartan. But you know, that all this stuff is extremely technical at the time, super difficult to do.
Yeah, it's like you needed a degree. I don't know how these people knew this stuff, but
yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, you know what, it was ahead of its time, I guess. Those things, in the community at least. I don't know how it was in other communities, but
yeah, I want to say like other PC games, stuff like this had been going on for a long time, like Counter-Strike.
What
I think
I
made
a lot of
those people come from that.
So a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I drew a lot of my inspiration from Counter-Strike and Katha and Katha. So I'll name drop two editors here, Katha and oh man, what's the guy that did Alive? Did you see that video?
Oh man, I watched a lot of them, but I would not be able to tell you any names.
Let me YouTube it. I think MixCP. There we go, MixCP.
Yeah, okay.
So MixCP, that's another guy. Dude, super. Both those guys, Katha and MixCP. I mean, MixCP was that dude is dope, and Katha, I think Katha was a professional. Who
I knew, man.
That was a pro. That was definitely a pro, bro. Like,
yeah.
That was a guy that knew he knew what he was doing, dude. Like he had to have like a doctorate in visual arts.
Right, or he spent 3 years on the video, something like that. One of those two.
Something like that. Had to be something like that. He keeps people guessing. It's funny, man. It's funny, man.
Yeah. Like this, even like the storyline of those videos is crazy too. It's like he must have like storyboarded that shit or something.
Yeah, that's another one of my inspirations. Zola as well. Zola, Katha, MixCP.
It would be kind of cool to know like where those guys are today, if they made a career out of it or not, or what happened.
Well, Katha for sure. Katha's Fight Cut, and he's got his YouTube channel, and I mean he's doing stuff in for Hollywood or something like that, or I think he's from he's in his early, and he makes visual effects for like I seen a video by him actually where he shows the visual effects that he did for this thing where a girl just pretends to smash a like a tube of water, and then he adds the filter, and it's with the filter added, the tube of water breaks and the water is released on it and she gets wet. I mean, it's absolutely insane technology. Like I think that's done in Houdini. And anyway, we're going away from the Status Quo montage. Sorry, man. It's so exciting to talk to you, Zanster. We have not talked about.
Been 10 years probably.
Yeah,
probably like the SQ was the last serious thing we did. I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
No, but as a team, for sure. I know I did a few videos after that. But that was I think that was our shot, and I think we whipped it. But
well, I mean, considering if you go by the stats and you look at how many views it has and stuff, I would say it was very successful. So SQ was a pro team, but they weren't number one. It wasn't like
top 6 at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like they were the best in the world. So I don't, you can't expect our video to be the best in the world. We weren't the best editors in the community at that time either. We were
gonna love this part. You're gonna love this part.
Yeah.
So right here, we're gonna talk about the money right now. And I know this had upset you. So
I remember this.
We reveal. No, I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah.
I know you actually, because I thought I was looking at, like, I didn't understand the scope of the work you were doing, so I'm like, well, Zanster's work is gonna be less time, and I'm being honest here, like, let me know if I'm not trying to offend your.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Zanster's work is gonna be less time, so like I'm thinking it's gonna take less time to do, But I had no idea it was
will take me 5 minutes or whatever, or not 5 minutes, but I know what you're saying. It's not a multiple day thing, is what you're thinking.
Well, no,
Probably.
not I knew it was gonna take you multiple days. I just didn't think it was gonna take you as long as it as I'm understanding it took you. I am under the pressure we were in. So here's a good stat right here. I had to have invested over 150 hours into that project easily alone. So I don't.
Yeah.
I did. So here, you don't remember this more than likely, but there were 3 songs in the video. The first 2 songs I did, and the third song Insane did. So
right.
In the first song, I forget, like I try to do some cool effect like for every song. And what's it called? It was first it was Rush, so I mean we'll talk about like that in a little bit, because I
remember the 3D head.
Oh my god, dude.
You remember
I know everybody loves that effect, dude. I know nobody said anything, by the way. Nobody said anything about that effect, by the way. And I know they love it. Because Nova, that was early. I had that idea, by the way.
Yeah, that was really good.
And you did the work, and it came out phenomenal. And then it transitioned into another scene. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. That effect was dope, and a super great highlight of the video. He goes through the man cannon, and then you snipe his head off. I think that was Ace's clip, by the way.
Probably.
That was good. What's it called? So that was the big the big effect in that song. I believe in the first song. So I had put in a lot of hours into this project, and the body work. I mean, I have a picture here, and I'll show it on my screen because remember I told you I'm recording this. I'll show it to people. I have it on the other video that I did, but I don't know if I'll be releasing that video. I might just release this one, because I think it's a way cooler video. Let me see. Okay, so desktop right here. Oh no, that's not it. Timeline, SQ song 1 timeline. So this is the first song. I actually have a picture of what my timeline looked like in Vegas, just in Vegas, because we had to go and apply real smart motion blur to all the angles.
Yeah.
So so we'll explain. That's why the angles look so dope
Yep. And then lights a little bit of cropping, rotating.
Oh, we're cropping, rotating in the angles. All done in After Effects. The real smart motion blur applied, which not a lot of people had that plugin back then. It was like really rare to get. Yeah. I think somebody given it to me. I forgot who gave it to me. It was either you or RoboSteez or Dweller.
There was a few people you could always kind of count on to like find the correct plugins back then.
Yeah. They were cracked. We did not pay for them. Well, I certainly didn't. I don't know who's paying for the $500 software for Vegas back then.
I mean, we didn't. I mean, I guess you could say we made money on the video, but I honestly don't expect most companies to come after us for $80.
Oh, dudes, they just might, bro. $80 compounded in interest by 10 years plus the view count and how good you felt from that. So. But let me send you this through Facebook because I think you want to see this. So I think I can just drag and drop this into your. Oh, it's not letting me. Okay, so I'm gonna find it on my desktop here. Downloads.
But yeah, I guess in terms of, I think we're talking about the money part of it. Like I definitely think you put. I think I would say that you and Insane probably did put more work into it just because, yeah, like being at college, I remember thinking like, I'm going to have to go home on the weekends to work on this video.
Oh,
because like I had
home
that
on the
computer at
weekend.
home.
You had to go home on the weekends to work on the video, bro.
Well, so I was thinking I was going to have to. But I think I ended up getting most of my like setup working on my laptop, but I would just have to wait like really like I'd have to let it render overnight, stuff like that. But
you had to. So it took. How long did it take to render back then? Because computers weren't.
it was it was I don't know. I mean, I was asleep, but probably over 8 hours. Even just out of After Effects, like rendering HD video back then was really demanding for like a dual core CPU. You know,
Capturing it. Remember, Frag captured the clip.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job. So shout out to Fragtality.
Yeah, I always wondered what happened to him also, because he was a pretty big name in the editing scene.
I appreciated him reaching out to me. He was very nice to me, and I was very rude to him. And I was, dude.
Yeah, I was a little rude to him too, I think. I don't know.
Well, you know what? The thing is, he had that whole thing with the whole quality thing where he was like a stickler on quality, and
He was keeping a lot of secrets though, and that's what I remember I didn't like back then. But other than that, he was a nice guy. Like,
he was a nice guy. I don't know about keeping secrets, but I never got that impression. But he had what's it called? He had been so adamant about the quality, and I figured out why he wanted to do that, because he gave a bunch of work to encode the video, because you actually did all the encoding, right?
I might have, yeah.
You did the
I got really into that for a while there.
Yeah, so it's and then I figured out, I explained to everybody, just turn the bit rate up all the way up on the WMDs, and you get perfect quality, just as good as these codecs that you have to, super complicated way to encode the video back then.
But it was like a command line application to do it and stuff. So I think that kind of freaked people out, but
no, I tried to do it and I failed. Fragtality had to like come into my screen and like, guide away your mouse and do everything for me.
TeamViewer.
Yeah, I remember TeamViewer. Yeah. Yeah. He was so invested in the quality thing, but I know why he did it now. You know what it was? It was to prevent pirating of the video.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to re-upload that version, So you would say that's the best quality version, so people would try to get that one, and they couldn't re-upload it and put it on an A.
That makes sense. I was thinking too, because I know he has capturing business, and that was actually did pretty well. Because he was kind of the first one to show up with like to offer that sort of thing, like pay me $1 per clip or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know like that was part of his.
That's a good idea.
Branding within the scene too, like his name was on the line. Like this is my caption service. If it doesn't look good in this guy's video, like it's on me.
Right.
And so I'm assuming that.
So you made Fragtality look really good in Status Quo montage. Like the angles look so dope. Some angles actually have a depth of field on them that we had to pass manually.
We did a lot of that kind of stuff to them. I remember I had a video shortly before that one where like I was inspired by the COD ones where so like in Halo you could exit like this in the theater view, you could exit the Spartan and kind of just go wherever you wanted.
Yeah.
But you couldn't rotate the camera, like you couldn't like tilt it to the left or to the right.
Right. Yeah.
So like I wanted the shot where it looked like the camera was like kind of like flying like how a plane would fly, like the wing would tilt down. You know what I'm talking about?
I have a hard time visualizing, to be honest with you. If if you can tell me the name of the montage, I can literally.
I'll try to find it. I think it was like Sargoth's trailer for his second one, maybe.
Sargoth's trailer. So is it
one of his
Zanster?
Yeah, I think so.
How do you spell Sargoth?
Sargoth.
Sargoth, Halo 3 trailer?
Yeah, see what you find on that.
Oh, Shattered 2.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
it? All right, let's. I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah, so I think it's on Guardian. Camera like pan, it kind of like rotates, and I remember I was like one of the first people to do that, and I remember Fragtality messaging me being like, "How did you do that?" Like that was a really good feeling.
Okay, I have to see it here. What time is it in the video? I'm 10 seconds.
Let me try to look it up. It might not even be that video, to be honest.
And look at this Dipset Films throwback. Inferno Media.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it might not have been this one. I'm not sure, but I could probably find an example of kind of what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, it is this one. Okay, so at like 13 seconds, how the camera's rotated there, like it's tilted down to the right. Like, this you couldn't do that within the game. So like I had
Zanster, I can't see the this is Sargoth Shattered 2 trailer. I don't think it's the right video here I'm looking at.
Okay, let me see. I'll link it to you.
By the way, did you look at the timeline?
I was gonna say the image just came up actually. Wow, yeah, that's old. And then you're running the Windows Basic to like save some CPU. That was the old trick.
Oh wait, what?
Nice.
I didn't even know I was doing that.
Or like the Windows 98 look or whatever to like reduce the graphics load.
Well, no, this was done on Vista, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Was it XP? I'm not sure. I think it was done on Vista, bro. A lot of people hated Vista. Vista was like dope, right, bro.
It was kind of glitchy sometimes for me.
I had no problems with Vista, man.
Nice.
So this was done in Windows Vista, but
okay.
Let me check out this part of the trailer here. So because the video I found is not the right one.
Okay. And I made those like. So part of the reason why it works. I'll wait for you to watch it. Yeah, about 13 seconds, you'll see the.
Are you hearing the audio play from the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just got goosebumps, bro. That part, tell us about that part, right?
Yeah, where he's at the beginning, right before he smacks the guy in the back. So that how the camera was tilted there, like I had to crop that, like I zoomed in and had to like rotate. And like nobody could figure out how I did that.
So you're one of the first to do this in the video scene. So this is the first use of
so simple.
Like, it is really simple, bro.
Like it's so simple, but like, because they were doing that in all the CS:GO or like CSS videos or whatever. But the cool camera angles.
You have to get it. You have to. The trick to this is you have to crop it. And you have to pan it the right way, and it takes a lot of. Yeah. I know. I think Phurion got it as well.
Yeah.
But this is the first instance. I'm gonna watch it again. Yeah. This is the first instance, and it's so dope, dude. With the sound,
it looks very cinematic. And I remember, like, so after that one, I remember like all these people asking like, how the hell did you do that? And like people thought I modded the game. Some people thought I recreated the whole thing in 3D, and I was like, no, like it's way simpler than that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I did have this plugin
shot
that I did have this plugin that would like you could increase the resolution of the footage. Like it was like a
red giant
sort of like an interpolation thing. And I was like, so that's how I preserve the quality, because that's like so then like I remember Fragtality was like, oh my gosh, like you can't tell anyone about this, like we have to offer 1080p capturing and like I'll split the money with you.
Wow, he seriously did all that?
And he didn't do it. He ended up not doing it, but he was trying to sell it for a little while. And I think he must have like told a few people just because he was so excited about it, and word got out, and it wasn't, we didn't make any money off it, but like, yeah, it was kind of just like, oh, I don't really want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
good that you guys did it, because
Yeah.
That's well, you know, I'm glad you that was wise move, man.
Mhm.
But dude, it's a beautiful so I actually well I wanted to there's a part in the status quo montage. There's several parts in the status quo montage where I do a similar effect that a lot of people have been wondering about as well. I haven't seen it done in any other video. It's man, it's an effect where it's an illusion effect. It's also done with so actually let me play it. I'm gonna tell you where it's at. Oh man, I don't I'm gonna have to go through the entire status quo montage in order to find it. So it's in there, it's in the status quo montage. It's an effect where in the there's like a sniper shot where this the camera zooms in. I believe it's on the what's the map with the yellow padding?
Oh, the pit.
The pit. It's on the pit.
Mm-hmm.
So the pit has it. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about? Where the camera pans back, and the clip squeezes in.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so a lot of people wondered how to do that. It's still people don't know. I'm pretty sure people still don't know how to do that to the very day. There's a few people who know how to do it. But it's an illusion. So I'm gonna give that one away right now. It's an illusion where all you do is you pan the camera back, or forward. You pan the camera back or forward, and you do the reverse of the crop. So it's super simple. Yeah. So you zoom in essentially, or you zoom out if the camera is moving in and out.
Not true.
It's a super simple effect. I know exactly what you're talking about. The feeling. No one wanted to hit you up for that one. But that's a little secret right there.
Yeah, it's like you're changing the lens. Like you're going from like for example, in film, how you would do it is you would have like a zoom lens, and you go from like 50 millimeters to 30, and like zoom in while you do that. So like the perspective changes, but the like level of zoom doesn't change. Is that what you're talking about? Or
well, you're more knowledgeable on Dynasty and on lenses than me because
it's a very like trippy effect though. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it's a cool effect, man. So that's two secrets just given away right now.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. But what's it called? Well, I'm getting ads here.
Okay.
No, it's not your fault, man. And the computer does that all the time. I don't know why it does that. It's Windows 10, dude. It comes with ads now. Yeah. It's a pain in the butt. What's it called? Okay, so what were we talking about before?
I think what we're on is like the topic of like how we got paid is what you want.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so
we like, yeah, we kind of had divvied up on who get what or whatever.
Man, by the way, Zanster, I want to take this time right now because my video's loading. I want to take this time to thank you for doing this on short notice, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's so nice to talk to you, man, and it's so nice to do something
cool to see like what's happened. You know, I've always been a little curious in the back of my mind, like how everyone ended up, you know.
But you were like well, I don't know how much you interacted with everybody, but you were like I always felt like you were kind of more underground. Like people were hard to. You were like a guy that was hard to get in contact with. Like
I wasn't super social, but I didn't mind talking about it. But you kind of had to come looking for me, I guess.
Yeah, talk the right way. Otherwise, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't very marketable back then, so to say. Like I think I had AIM, and that was about it. I didn't have like Facebook or MySpace back then.
Well, there was Facebook. What was Facebook around back then?
It was kind of just coming coming
People were
to
using
the public.
MySpace back then. That was back when everybody was using MySpace. If
Yep.
I just watched a video that Zola did, a trailer, and he has like his MySpace page on there, like all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder. You know what? It would be funny if like Zola's like, man, I really want to get into that MySpace page. Like, you know, dude, it's the same thing for me. I have my MySpace page.
Yeah.
I can't get into that, bro. Like, I'm trying
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I've been trying to recover that account for years, dude.
Yeah, I think it's no more. But I don't know. Maybe don't.
No, Tom's got to come back, bro. Zuckerberg is messing up, man. He needs to give me all the money that he's made off of me.
Yeah, man, there's some crazy stuff going on with that for sure.
What's it called? Okay, so here's where we left off. Both me and Insane worked extremely hard on that video, but due to poor communication from both parties, it was a gigantic mess, and I was under the impression that we were on a strict deadline to release the video right before a major MLG event, so we rushed everything. Give me one sec.
Okay.
Me and Insane worked really, really hard on that, and so did Zanster. I want to add that in there. So did Zanster. There was confusion between the team apparently on how difficult all this stuff was, because we had no idea. Like, we were 15 years old at the time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think like, yeah, I would say that you guys did do a lot more of the logistical side, because you would just kind of come to me and be like, all right, so I need the intro to be, this long. I talked to Ace and blah blah blah. Like you were kind of the messenger almost. So I think like,
well, you know what? That's the problem, because these guys never reached out to you.
Right.
If they had reached out to you, they would have been able to tell you exactly what kind of introduction they wanted.
Yeah. And I do remember, I don't know if it was actually the Status Quo montage, but I remember like trying to talk music with them. I think it was, and we were sending them all these songs, and they were like, "Oh no, why don't you try this one?" And it was some like hip hop song that just like did not like wouldn't work in Halo video at the time. Like it wasn't really the
I went into this in the other video. I went into this thoroughly. I would like for you to check out that video, by the way.
Yeah,
I went into this thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I said, like, it was they did not think it through. They were not mindful of the music that they chose, at least for two of them. The third song, somehow Insane managed to make that work. I have no idea how he did that. I mean, it was beautifully edited.
Yeah, like a lot of quick cuts.
Yeah. I would love to get Insane in on this, man. He's like MIA. I have no idea where he's at.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name, to be honest.
He never added me. He never searched me up or anything. I think I might have offended him or whatever, but I don't know if it knows. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Insane. Like, such a good partner out there. He totally. Well, I'll swear right now. He totally shit on me in that video, man. His part is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I remember it being really good too.
That's the third song. So Insane did the third song.
I remember being like impressed by yours too, though, because it was
it had some technical stuff like
it wasn't overly done. It was like it could have been, you could have gone a lot, more screen shakes and whatever, all those trendy things at the time, and you didn't really do that. So that was like you could tell, you were trying to keep the gameplay clear as you could.
Yeah, that was the whole that's what I got from the team. That's something that at least they communicated, like, hey, please do not please show the names of the please show the names of the players and make sure that we're able to see the medals and stuff like that. And you can highlight the actual highlights of the play. How we work together in unison. So we were mindful of that. And we tried not to over edit it. It did come out okay. The body is okay. What's called, the the effect. There's an effect that is Katha inspired. I know it was Katha inspired. There's an effect where the camera pans around. It's a 3D motion tracking effect where the camera pans around the Spartan's head, and it says 1 bullet left when he has 1 bullet left in the BR, and he kills him like an overkill. Clip, by the way.
I love that stuff.
And that took me a long time to do, man.
Yeah, those aren't easy by any means.
Well, back then there was no, you had to use like you had to know by hands. Yeah. No one knew the 3D motion tracking software. It wasn't that readily available back then. So.
No, and it was. I mean, the only one that was around was really expensive, I think. There was one is Yeah, there was that one. And then there was like Mocha had come out the next year for like free with After Effects or something, and like it was just as good, or it was. I mean, not just as good, but it was good.
In case there was After Effects, so because I was under the impression they put in 3D motion tracking in After Effects like many years later.
It was at least a year later. I'm not sure how. But I remember thinking like, God, I wish I had this 2 years ago. It would have made life so much easier.
I feel. Yeah, I had to do that effect in Buju, and so I torrented Buju. Admitting, confessing my sins. It's a Sunday. So like I torrented Buju, and I don't know how much it cost. I was under the impression it was like a $10,000 software or something.
I think it was. A lot of those video softwares are really expensive just because their clients are studios, and studios, have a lot of money to spend.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Forgive me, Jesus, Lord.
But I honestly don't think those companies are gonna spend the court fees to come after someone like you and I,
Don't in the universe.
Guessing, but
there he is. Past your word. That's the guy.
You
criminal.
I'm thinking you guys could make more money off one product sale to some studio than you could off trying to sue me.
Right, because I put the name of the software in there. I'm pretty sure I put the name that I use that software in there.
Yeah.
But what's it called? So I had torrented Buju, and I did what's it called? I found a tutorial on it that Andrew Kramer did on Buju. It's not a tutorial that is on Buju. It's a tutorial on something else. I don't know how to find it. I would have to go through all his videos again in order to find it.
Yeah.
But he teaches you how to render out from Buju, and it was super complicated, by the way. Like, it was so difficult for me to do that.
I don't think I ever got one of those tracks to look smooth.
Dude, it worked for me, and it's on a long time, man, because you have to import. I think you have to import the scene. You have to import the video into After Effects, render it out in a JPEG sequence, then compile that JPEG sequence into a video JPEG sequence.
Yeah, and you get a bunch of like null objects, and then you have to like make sense of those in After Effects or some, I don't know,
something like that. I remember, like, because like you have to import that JPEG sequence into Buju. Then when you're in Buju, you have to apply the camera, and that's super complicated. And yeah, I don't remember, like,
yeah, and like I don't think that's why I was like, I don't think I ever got that thing to work how I wanted it to.
Yeah, I was lucky. I guess I was blessed because I was lucky to get that to work for the video, and I was able to get that like Katha like effect. I didn't feel very proud of that effect, by the way. I didn't get a very good feeling of that effect because I was like, man, I'm totally biting off Katha.
I mean,
but
yeah,
that dude's a pro,
It's kind of like but there's so many things where people borrow from each other. Like, now that I've gotten into music, I know that there's like a template structure for pop songs. There's like intro, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, another verse, another chorus, or something like that. But basically, they're kind of all the same. So like, and it's kind of like a lot, like with a lot of creative stuff, you you borrow from other things that inspire you. So I wouldn't really say feel bad about copying that, because it's just a stylistic thing, you know?
It was a nice thing to bring it into the scene and make people aware of it. I understand.
Yeah, like people liked it, and yeah.
Absolutely, man. Okay, so so there was poor so like it was real poor communication between me and the team. And I had been doing all, because I guess like I started the group, so I represented the group, and I spoke up for us, and
Right.
It was major miscommunication between the entire team with me, and dude, I was very disrespectful. Me and the team, by the way, dude, like,
as you would expect, though, from we're teenagers, I don't know.
Right, yeah, you're not the wisest at the time.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was right. Actually, that was freshman year of college. Yeah, now that I remember, we were not like 15. I thought we were 15, man. I think we started when we were like 15, 16 years old, though.
Right, and I mean, when you're 18, though, you're still pretty. I mean, I was still pretty immature, I guess, but
Well, I still am, bro. Like,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna get into that, but okay, so it was a gigantic mess, and I was under the impression that we were under a strict deadline to release the video right before a major MLG event, so we rushed everything. So they didn't they had told me they wanted the video out in, like, I forget, like 3 months or something like that. So we'd work on the video for 3 months, and dude, it was a lot of pressure, because I was taking 18 credit hours at college, but actually, I just remembered I was not taking 18 credit hours at college. I was doing a career course, and I was getting my EMT license and studying to be an EMT. I was having a 3 or 6 hour long class. It might have been a 6 hour long class, 3 times a week, and studying a textbook the size of, thicker than, I don't know, thicker than a cereal box.
yeah,
and I passed that test by the skin on my teeth or whatever. Like, at the time, like, it was, I mean, I was studying for passing the class, because you have to pass the class with an 80% or higher. So I was studying that. I was what's it called? Well, here I go into it. I was living in a trailer park at the time, sleeping on the couch in the living room. I didn't have my own room. There's only one room trailer. Living with my parents. I was depressed. I had undiagnosed depression back then, due to all the drugs that I had been taking. I'd been smoking marijuana heavily.
Yeah, I remember we talked a lot about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look,
No. We didn't know, we didn't know then.
And I was getting it from, like, dude, I was getting it from, like, random people, by the way, like, people I'd never heard of before and stuff. Like, yeah, it's totally different strains and the strongest stuff you could get out at the time. Back when you were smoking back then, you couldn't get Kush, so Kush wasn't around.
Yeah.
You had to get, so this is an 18-year older video, by the way. You couldn't get that stuff. You had to get Dro. So Dro at the time was the highest quality that you could get. It was like $15 a gram or something like that.
Yeah.
And thankfully I've conquered those substance abuse issues, and I'm a lot better.
That's good for you.
Yeah, I've been sober for over 2 years. And I'm a lot better, man. You do a 10-year Russian, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it can help people in a lot of ways, and but I know that it can also, it's a drug like any other drug, and people can overly self-medicate with it. So
I wasn't medicating myself with it. I was just trying to get high, dude. Yeah. Because with friends, like, hey, let me smoke some.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not 18, and doing stupid things.
Right.
So I was here's another thing. While partying every weekend, drinking excessive alcohol and mixing it with marijuana. Yeah. Yep. that reminds me of what I was doing.
That and then I mean, relating to the video too, it's like we realize it now, but we didn't know then that like that does affect your mental, ability to perform and focus and make quality work.
Well, not well.
So
That might enhance it, but
right. Well,
actually, but what that impedes is your ability to communicate properly.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna put anybody else on the spot, but I know other people were also on stuff at the time. So if
yeah. I mean, I think we're just starting, kind of getting into that college age where you want to go to parties and you want to meet people.
Yeah, exactly. And you're trying to look cool, you're trying to be somebody that people want to see again, you want people to remember you. So,
yep, exactly.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that's how people got to remember you by, man.
Right.
What's it called? So this is the last thing. Yeah. If someone I didn't read this. I think the voice of reason here was Fragtality, who tried to warn me about rushing the project, but I was so stressed out at the time, I was not thinking clearly. So
yeah. I think at least me and you, I really didn't talk to Insane a lot, but I remember we both were just like, oh my gosh, we gotta, like, I want to just be done with this thing and move on. Like I remember that was a kind of a.
Yeah, you know what?
And we kind of felt that way, and we had a lot of criticism from
the community,
the community or pros or someone, basically, saying like
the editors made us feel like shit.
Yeah, exactly. But that's kind of why I liked our little group, because we kind of like had each other's back in the sense where we would watch it and be like, well, I like it. You know what I mean?
Well, Vitals was very rude. Vital was very rude, but you know what? He pointed out Tots. Tots went on live TV. Tots is one of the players of Status Quo, and he hosted all the LAN parties and everything. He would host them all, and he went on live TV and he disavowed the montage and said, "Oh, I don't know who." Well, he said it was his, but he didn't even say who made the montage.
Oh yeah,
that made me feel like crap, bro. Like. Yeah, all the work I put into this, bro.
I mean, and that's kind of a thing where you also wonder if that was just a communication thing. Like,
it was a communication thing because
he probably just wasn't really told who was making his montage. He was just kind of told like, "Hey, we're doing a montage."
Well, you know what, Tots actually, I live in the same state as Tots, and he didn't, like, he tried to reach out to me, but we weren't communicating on the same wavelength. I think like he's a sweetheart, by the way. He's a great kid. And his family is awesome. They treated me very well.
It's good.
But there was communication issues between me and Tots because I guess he hadn't seen the videos that I had made and that we had all made. I guess he must have not understood who he must not have heard of us or whatever.
Right. And I mean, I don't really blame them for that because they're Halo pros. Their job is to play the game and be good at the game, not to watch videos.
They're in a different scene. They both see the videos. They're in a different scene.
Right. And that's kind of why I think it was like probably not meant to be disrespectful. Maybe one of them maybe the guy who was in communication with you most of the time could be at fault. I don't know who that was, but and then again, we're also.
I think it might have been Ace who was talking to me.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where it was like he probably really liked the idea of having a video for his team, but didn't really understand the inner workings of how it all needed to be done.
Yeah, it was just very complicated to, like, I tried to explain that the music is very important. This is a long time ago, so like I have a hard time remembering, but I tried to explain that music is very important, and I think they were very adamant about picking the songs because I guess maybe the other montage players who's had videos made for them also got to pick the songs.
Yeah.
You know, the music is critical. I mean, it's half the video. So
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what, like, so the videos that they were probably inspired by, like the straight ripping montage and stuff.
yeah,
I think they didn't really realize that, like, those guys had help from, like, the professional team at MLG. You know what I mean?
did they?
Well, I'm pretty sure because they used some like MLG clips and they debuted the trailer on the live stream.
Oh yeah, they were.
So they were
yeah.
contact and probably.
Yeah, we had all on ration. Like you mentioned, it was an email away, but
Yeah,
and we didn't get the idea.
So a lot of those communication hurdles, like, since they were being handled by someone who was probably a professional at that time and not like an 18-year-old kid, is probably why those videos, like, is a component to why those videos did so much better than ours.
Well, Zola's a lot older than us. I think he's like 35 right now. So.
Oh really? Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Something like that. And dude, I mean, like,
did he go on with like art and videos, visual arts, or did he?
Zola was nice enough to talk to me during my depression and everything, and he was very, very nice to me. He spoke to me, and I appreciate that, Zola. And he explained to me, he tried to guide me and everything, and like, I know, like, I love that straight ripper montage, by the way. Let's not forget Legacy, by the way. No, not a lot of views, but best Halo video ever made. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always like, you watch those ones and that was kind of the goal, and that's what we wanted to be, But yeah, I think, for considering the circumstances, I look back on what we made and I am proud of it. Because I think we did the best with what we had,
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's not perfect, but I can watch it and I don't turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like,
I cringe at some effects. Like, I cringe at some effects, because I'm like, I could have done such a better job, because there's an effect in there that's like a preset in Vegas, and like, and like, I can't believe I used a preset in a pro montage, there's a scene in the Status Quo montage
things.
Sorry,
like,
go ahead.
With any project, but those are the things you learn, though. Like, you know not to do that again now, like, but you wouldn't have known that by default. Like, you would have not known not to do that at that time. Like, you had to have that experience to realize that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why, like, that's kind of how I look at those things. It's like, if you're looking back on something and being like, oh, why did I do that? Just be like, well, I won't do it again now. So
yeah,
that's why I did it.
There's a scene
so learning to not do it again.
In the Status Quo montage where I pan and crop into the center of the video, and everyone's like, why would you do something like that? I'm like, I thought it was cool, man. I thought it was dope. I still think it's dope. Like,
people would do things like that, and sometimes it would work, and other times it would look kind of jarring. But I just rewatched it today after not seeing it for 10 years, and I didn't really think anything was too terrible. I've definitely seen.
Okay.
Sun is really bad.
The credits,
videos.
The credits. We're not the credits.
Oh, so at the end.
Yeah. Be honest.
Yeah. So I think what I had done, again, it was like, first year of finals or whatever. So on the actual montage, I think I'd used the same project as I did with the trailer and just kind of like adapted it. But yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, oh man, why did I use that color for that text? And why did I?
No, the credits in the montage, I did the credits, man. You don't remember?
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Maybe I watched the wrong video. I was thinking of the trailer credits.
Oh no, the credits. Oh, actually, we did the credits together. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
You made the graphic for the trailer, which was a transparent graphic that you made, a beautiful graphic, creators on it and stuff. And what's it called? I did the animation in After Effects, but that credit scene, it was bad, man. I spent 30 minutes on that because I wanted to get the video out as soon as possible for the deadline.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't realize the importance of, we just didn't see it as something that was super important back then.
We didn't know we could ask for a extension on the deadline.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
No, yeah. I mean, if it would have been, anyone could watch that and say like, oh, you need to fix this and that. And it's like, yeah, we would have saw that too if we had waited a day, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, it's nothing to beat yourself up about,
I beat myself up about it because I know I could have done such a better job on the and what in the credits I have typos too, bro. Like I'm about to look them up right now in the video.
One thing I'll say is, so we've learned all this, and I'll say that there's a new game coming out.
Halo Infinite.
Yep. So there's another chance. I'm sure it'll have competitive play at some point.
I think,
and I'm sure if you try to get involved in the community and stuff now, you can probably secure some projects if you want some redemption.
Well, it's not just about me. It's about my friends and my community. So I would love to do something for the community. But I would love to do it with my friends,
For sure.
People like yourself, people, because I still can't do the stuff you can do. You know what I mean? Like,
and I haven't touched that like 3D programs or any of it in years. So like, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, already I'll do that now. Well, that and just like, you don't have the 3D models and stuff like that. And that stuff takes hours, to create, like days. But,
no, I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
No, we'll figure it out, man.
Yeah, man, I don't see myself getting super back into it anytime soon.
Right.
But yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. Like, anyone's thinking about starting and trying to learn, it's definitely like recommend doing it.
That's a shame because you're so talented, man. You're such a talented person, Zanster.
Yeah, I still like to make art and stuff, but it's kind of shifted from videos now, making music and doing the DJ thing.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
Are you good at mixing music now?
Yeah. So I can mix, master, produce.
Really?
I can compose decently. I can't really play any instruments, but I can write you a song.
We're gonna have to have a private conversation about this because I didn't know you could do all that. Those are I didn't know you could do all that. So that's
yeah. That's kind of like where I'd say I would, because I always, like you said, as a you got to find some way to be creative if you're a creative person. So for me, that kind of started like in college when I kind of got of age to go to the clubs, and just like I was like, wow, like I love this music. I didn't know other people liked it and it was this popular and stuff. So like I just started getting really into like electronic music and stuff, and then one of my friends decided he wanted to teach me how to DJ, and it just kind of like went from there. And then I was like, oh, I want to learn how to make my own songs. So yeah, that's kind of like where I went from the video editing thing, I guess.
So you're doing sound now. Yeah, you're gonna be the whole complete package because you got the 3D, you've got the body work that you can do, and you only need basic editing for the body work. You don't have to do some crazy stuff like how me and Insane do. I
look at the Adobe stuff every once in a while now, just because it's gotten so accessible, like stock footage, and like you almost don't even really need a whole like some crazy technical knowledge nowadays. Like you can just kind of be creative with the things that are out there, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, you all you need is a phone, really. A good phone. You know what I have? I have an LG Stylo 5, and I mean, it's an amazing phone. It does so many things, and it's $150. So,
Wow.
you know, yeah, I got a buddy of mine. He's got to have everything top notch, and he buys the $1,000 something phones, and it's like, okay, bro, like you just spent $1,000, and my phone can do something that your phone will never be able to do. You know what I mean? For real, because the Stylo has like,
Yeah, just those,
you know,
Samsung and Apple tell you that you need it.
yeah. So
You know?
it's silly, man. My nieces buy all iPhones, like iPhone XR and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're making your father spend so much money on this silly theories. I'm looking at the typos that I made in the credits on of the Status Quo montage. Dude, I feel silly about this, you know, because I think I'd given you I think I might have given you a little bit of crap about the typos in the trailer, and then I think
that was
then I did the text that comes out with typos.
Gosh, I swear a typo in a video was like my signature thing. Like it was always a typo, and like I always got flack for it. It was my it was like my curse.
Well, you know, people, what's it called? People, it's like a little nifty thing in the video to rewatch it. They watch it. Wait a minute, I don't remember that being like that. That's weird. You know, I remember it being perfect. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like because I think that was kind of the thing with us is we didn't really we weren't very technical with it. We were just like it's just a piece of art, you know, like there's credits there. This is how they look.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking at the spelling. I'm not looking at kind of a simpler mind back then.
So just a question. How many hours did you spend doing all the, and that's counting rendering time, so we'll count that as well. How many hours did you spend editing doing the effects and the technical work for the Status Quo montage and the trailer? Just Status Quo montage first.
Okay, I'm trying to think.
Just a ballpark estimate.
Probably like 10 to 20 hours. You know that there weren't. I mean, I guess I'm not thinking about the 3D effects. With the 3D effects, probably around 40, just because that stuff was so like you had to wait a couple hours for it to render, and then I think something didn't look right, tweak it, and then do it again.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
So that was kind of a tedious process, I guess, and so like it, you know, probably got the animation and everything basically set up fairly quickly, but it was just a matter of like waiting for my equipment to show me this is how it's gonna look. Is this how you want it to look? Nope. Go back, tweak something. Wait, you know, 2 more hours.
That's a pain. That's such a pain, dude.
Yeah.
And you have to get there and make sure. Sometimes if the screen goes black, the what's it called? The render screws up too.
Yeah.
So you have to watch it.
Yeah, and I hear that Adobe still has issues with rendering from friends. Like, so I don't know. Hopefully they'll get it figured out one day.
It's such an inclusive program now. Like, there's so many tools in that program that, like, I mean, it's such a great program to use.
Yeah, it gets more and more like magic every year. I watch, you know, the updates and stuff.
I love that program. Adobe's really does a good job. And you know, back when we were editing, Adobe software was like $1,000. And now it's $20 a month. It's like a
Yeah, no, it's pretty great. Yeah, I'm planning on downloading I think Photoshop to just make some like we do a review show every week.
Oh yeah, you're dope with Photoshop, bro.
Make a little graphic for that. But yeah, it's really nice because it's like
So
I just need it. Yeah, I just need it for a month.
for
I'm
everybody
gonna have
that
it for a month.
Zanster did this because I've got the status quo montage up right now. Zanster did this vignette with the pictures of the players and the coloring and the vines and the vignette of the city and everything around the gameplay footage at the end of the status quo montage. I wonder if I have any other things I want to discuss with you.
Mhm.
There really was. Oh well,
Yeah, I think at that time I was really thinking about getting into graphic design as like a career. So I was really heavy into like making things in Photoshop. So that's kind of why you see a lot of that in the status quo like intro. It's more
so just
Photoshop and After Effects. It's like 3D.
dance.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was interrupting you.
Thank you.
Just to make these guys kind of crap their pants a little bit. Tell them what you do for a living. Or what you were doing for a living. I don't know, like.
So right now, I would work as a cytotech, so we look for cancer in tissue samples. So it's like really nothing related to like video or art really at all. There's a little bit of art involved because we have to like look at the cells and interpret how they look and what it means.
Oh man, that is.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, probably wouldn't expect me to have gotten into something like that. And that's kind of why I've always been so curious to know like what other people did, like if anyone ever did make a career out of video editing from starting in Halo videos or whatever. But
there are some. You remember Fragtality?
Oh yeah.
So he
actually talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him up until probably about 5 years ago. We used to kind of chit chat regularly. It wasn't about really anything. But like I had stopped editing at the time, but he would send me stuff for feedback, and I thought that was pretty cool. I thought because
he's great, dude. He's great.
Yeah, he kind of started when we stopped, I would say. So it was kind of cool to be like.
So he took prestigious films after that, and he just kind of he kind of made it. I mean he made it. You know, he's in
He has he edited a video for a pro, I want to say, or something.
He edits all the videos for pros now. He's got a monopoly.
Yeah.
He actually works me on the. He's got a monopoly on the Halo Pro.
That's awesome.
I've seen, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, so just I don't know. That's a cool feeling to know. Like, he used to talk to us, and we were kind of encouraging force to get that started, I guess.
Yeah,
like, I'm not going to take credit for any of it, but
he's great. He's always very nice, very good kid.
Yeah,
and if you're watching, shout out to Fragtality. I know he's doing real good, man. He's a photographer too. He's doing the whole Bible thing.
Epic.
Yeah, he's great.
He's living the dream. Like that's what I would have dreamed of doing. You know, back when I was 15.
You know he lives in California, man.
Yeah. He
mad jelly, bro.
Yeah, I remember he was talking about he was in high school, and I remember him talking about like I'm thinking of going to film schools and like what are some film schools and stuff. And like he was like, yeah, we talked, and he's like, oh, I got accepted at SCAD, and like I'm going to SCAD, and then so like now to see him like actually work in the field is really cool.
Yeah, Snipe is, man. He regularly hits me up, randomly.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's very nice of him to do that. He never lost faith in me, and he always reminds me, like, hey man, thank you for what you did for me and all that stuff. And I owe him big time because during my depression, him contacting me made me like it kept me going.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, yeah. Yeah, like I don't know if you like I've been hospitalized like once every year for the last 10 years. So, and I've probably spent like a year in the hospital in total.
Yeah, and it's always so weird because every time we talk, it's like I've never expected.
Yeah, I know we're good friends, Zanster. I just like I always felt like I didn't want to freak you out, like, oh, this sick guy is talking to me or whatever, and he's, I don't want to scare you away, because I value you as a friend so much, and I didn't want to like I didn't want to say something that would freak you out and scare you, or and
Yeah, I mean, those were the norms at that time, and it's changing now, I think.
no, it's still the same.
Which is good.
I'm talking during my depression, man. That
Oh, yeah.
contacted you.
Okay.
Yeah, as often, I know I hit you up randomly with stuff, and you know, so yeah, I take a lot of medication right now, and it's been tough. I'm rehabilitating, and trying to get back into the workforce and everything.
Nice.
So I got into if you're do you have any questions for me, man?
No, I mean, I was kind of wondering, so like, so is this, I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I always take a chance to talk about the old days, but, is this for like a new channel you're starting or something? Or,
No, this is for my old channel. I'm putting more videos up on the old channel. I don't know if you've seen, I did some reaction videos and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna stop doing those, or might delete them or something. But what's it called? I've been going back and reading the comments left on my videos, the few that are left, because I privated all the videos except a few, and I have comments from like 10 years ago that I just got to answering right now, and yeah, dude, I'm getting people answering. I'm like, dude, what the? It's been 8 years, bro.
yeah.
What is
I
wrong?
don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. At least you're getting it done.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking about like starting
A good conversation starter,
yeah,
nothing else.
sure. Like I'm actually thinking about starting another project. And I'm battling against it because I don't want to end up in the hospital from this project, because I want to really put a lot of effort into it, and I was gonna ask for donations of money, but I think I just went to church today in the morning, and I got like a blessing from the priest, and
Nice.
he basically God told me that if I need to pay for something, I should pay for it myself. I should work for it, and if people want to donate, they can donate, but I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money into either spending it on my education here to improve my abilities, or helping, finding some help for some of the ideas that I have. And if anybody who's from the old days or wants to work with me again, I'm only they can either leave a comment on my YouTube channel, or on this video, and say who you are, because sometimes people have different names on their YouTube channel and who they are.
Yeah.
So if they'd like to work with me, or maybe we could get a community thing together. I know Zola had an idea to get a lot of editors together and make a one big Halo video. That would be interesting.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Lots of possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, let me know what happens with it, because I'm always curious to know, kind of like what has happened to that community, I guess.
Yeah. Man, it's so nice to talk to you, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm finally myself. Did you get a chance to look at the image I sent you through Facebook? The bodywork of the Status Quo montage.
Let me see.
Song one.
I feel like I remember. Yeah, I can see it. I can't
It's
like
super
zoom
blurry.
hard.
I know. Did you use Vegas, or what did you use to do
Yeah.
your work of your videos?
Yeah, I did use Sony Vegas. I think I had tried using After Effects for like maybe a video, and it was just so much more difficult than what I was used to, how I was used to working. And in Vegas that it was like undoable.
Right.
But I mean, I haven't tried. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to just kind of download, like buy a month of the apps and play around with them a little bit,
Yeah.
see if it's gotten any better.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I don't know how much Sony Vegas is now. Hopefully, it's cheaper than it was back then because I can't afford $500.
Yeah, I don't know if it. I mean, if it still exists, even.
No, don't tell me that, dude. Don't tell me that you're shattering my dreams, dude.
I'm sure. I mean, even if it doesn't, I'm sure you can still find it. You know what I mean? A lot of those things still
I'm
work.
trying to do everything legit now. Yeah, I'm trying to get
ever here there.
buy the book.
Yeah. I mean, with my new like music hobby, yeah, I buy all the plugins and programs now, just because it's like, well, you get the updates, you don't get viruses. There's a lot of good reasons,
There's a whole lot of good reasons not to download random files off of the Pirate.
Yes. Yeah, and there's just so many more things you can do with computers nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of
what?
Kind of scary.
I'll touch on that because the editors nowadays have access to so much stuff that we didn't have access to. That it's honestly like, I don't want to say like I'm not impressed, but we had when I masked, like if you watch some of the videos where I master, where you master, where any editor is from that time,
like .exe video,
all that stuff is done manually. So you have to frame by frame, dot by dot, apply every dot, make sure it's perfect. And then if I would also get in there and I would double click the dot and it'll bring up a little tool that you can make it wavy, curve it. And I mean, and that's a nightmare to use.
I remember reading that. They used to have people that was their job. That's all they did was like they called rotoscoping or whatever.
Yeah, the rotoscopers. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, I feel bad for them.
Oh my god, yeah, frame by frame, bro, dude. Actually, you ever watch my blacklist entry edit?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I did, but I don't know if I remember it.
Dude, I masked the whole like scene of him like flipping the pistol and everything, like frame by frame. This how Phurion does it because he does a lot of masking. Like that dude's master.
Yeah, for sure.
What's it called? Like, dude, that it's just like it was so much work. It took me days and hours, and days and hours of rotoscoping to do that perfectly. And I zoomed in perfectly and get it all, with like tons of, oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Well, I got some things I need to finish up today, so I'm gonna have to let you go.
Dude, it was a pleasure speaking with you, man. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm looking for the end call thing. Oh, here it is. All right. Well, hopefully we can talk a little bit more often whenever you're free. Or sure. I'll hit you up. Thank you for taking this call and taking the time out of your day. I also have to go to my brother's house too.
Right.
And eat whatever, what delicious meals we've got over there. Man, I just want to tell you, Zanster, I love you, bro. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. And
same to you.
I think it was you who added me on Facebook. And thank you for having that's a guts, man. Because I was afraid to add you on Facebook because I'm like, oh, what if he doesn't add me back? I'm gonna feel like crap.
Yeah, it was a different platform back then for sure. Like it was, I don't know. Nowadays that we wouldn't even, that would be like how we would communicate with each other,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how much has changed.
Yeah. Well,
excuse me.
So I think I'm gonna release this video and leave the other two because I made 2 other videos. And I want to show you those videos before before I release them, if that's okay. So I'm gonna make them private on my channel, so nobody try to hack my channel. And I'm gonna send them to you for you to watch whenever you got time. They're long videos, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I just want to get the okay from you, to release those. So thank you so much for taking this call, Zanster. The editing community, I know, really appreciates what you've done, and I appreciate what you've done, and all, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to reach out to you and who will reach out to you after this video goes up.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. God bless you, and God bless your family. Have a great day, Zanster.
Yep, you too. I'll
Bye.
be later.